the thing 3 times.
Joey.
Hmm.
Yeah, Joey has won 3 fucking times already. What is that? That's $45 in his pocket right there.
Yeah. No, no, no. Dude, okay, I'm just saying this right now. I'm obviously, well, I don't know even know if we're recording it. Probably
Yeah,
not.
we are.
Oh, well, okay. So now that everybody is listening, it's going to be on all of you. You can't look to me for anything. My team can't do shit. You all let Joey walk away and fucking get another championship. I don't want to hear a single complaint from anybody about, oh, Joey is this, Joey is that. No, no, Joey is just in a league with a whole bunch of fucking losers. That's what it is. You're all losers, and I'm the biggest one out of them.
Present company
Oh,
excluded, though, right?
all right, Sean. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like throw you under the bus like that. Like, you're not a loser. No, not at all. Because you're actually winning. You're the
Well,
only person that's got kind of close. I mean, you're a little bit of a loser, like a one loss type of a loser. But for the most part, you're mostly a winner. Because you're sitting at a big fat 5-1,
well,
only
this is
one
this is gonna
sitting
be the
there.
this is gonna be the week where I have to put my money where my mouth is, though, because I'm playing Joey
Dude,
this
This is
week.
this is the biggest. This is actually going to be. I think this is going to be the biggest, the key week for so many people. Myself, definitely. I think for almost everybody, it's a huge week. It's a huge, huge week.
Yeah,
So
and
I
let's
guess
see,
we could.
you're playing Misha too. His team was hot last week.
Yep, yep. No, it's big because there are a lot of big things that are going on.
Oh
The
yeah, there's a lot of bye week. We're
Jimmy.
in bye week, uh,
Yep.
right in the thick of it right now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the thing is there are a few matchups, and I know we'll get to them a little bit later, but there are going to be some really big matchups that are going to determine standings for how this. Like I feel like the real big games, definitely for me, there are 2 games that are super important. It's my game with Misha, and then Chris and Jimmy. Those 2 games are going to be huge for me to try and stay in this. And I think for Nick. Obviously, Nick needs to beat Phil, and I think he's also going to be paying attention to what's happening with mine and Jimmy's game. And you've got, yeah, who else?
Yeah,
Obviously,
Derek
you
and
and
John,
Joey.
and
Yeah,
me
you
and
and Joey
Joey.
are kind of fighting for that to be tied for number one. Um, and I don't know, the 2 4-2 teams. Obviously, they just want to win. That's all, and they're hoping
So I guess
for.
at this point, I mean, you're not in last place. Obviously, there's a couple teams below you, but you're looking for as many W's as you can get right now just to stay in playoff
Well,
contention.
I have to
You
keep.
have
I
to.
have to
So
keep
what
winning.
what are you ideally looking to happen right now? Like you've got the 4-2 teams. Are you looking for those guys to start losing so it's kind of a bigger log
No,
jam, kind of in the
No,
middle or
no, not necessarily. I would say what I'm really like. Let me go to the standings. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for those 3-3 teams to lose.
yeah.
That's what I'm. I need to. What I
One,
need to do
two,
is I need to
three,
catch
four.
up because I'm not going to with the point totals the way they are right now. I'm not going to get in off a tie.
Tiebreakers, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to win a tiebreaker. So anytime if I want to make it into the playoffs, I have to beat somebody by record. And right now I'm well out of it, at least by a game, of the 5 and 6 spot. So the
So
five and
you
six
want
are
yeah, so you want Misha, Chris, Jimmy.
Crystal
Those are
lose.
the guys that have the
I
biggest
definitely need Jimmy
targets.
to lose because I need to
Yeah.
stay Jimmy if I can because he's definitely got me almost like 100 more points, over 100 more points than I do. So it's like yeah, I'm fucking creaming out of the bottle of the barrel with all the points I can scrape on up. So yeah, I need Chris and Misha to lose.
Well,
I
it's
need
interesting
Jimmy.
because Chris is playing Jimmy this week, so I mean, you'll
Yeah,
get
that's what
you'll
I'm
get
saying.
one, but you won't get the other.
Well, so what I would like to then in that particular case, what I really would like is I would like Jimmy to lose so that I
So you
can
just
try
pass
and
him
creep
and
behind him. And then if I beat Misha, then him and me will be sitting at 3-3, or sorry, 3-4, and Chris will go on up to 4-3. Maybe John or Phil. Like so. Yeah, things start to shake up certainly a lot, and I think it is going to determine like the middle is sort of going to determine I think where everything ends up happening because I don't think there's going to be any big shaking up at the top. Regardless if you win or if Joey wins, you guys are both going to still be up there, and there's not really going to be anybody close except for maybe Phil or John if they win close to you, and that's really it. And that would just be,
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, because it was interesting. We were talking about it a few weeks ago, looking back at last year's and how the majority of the teams that made the playoffs were like 5 and 6 win teams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now I'm at 5 wins, but there's already multiple teams at 4. Obviously, Joey's at 6. So I don't think it's not going to be like last year.
No, it's not at all. And now, I can't hope for any log jams or anything like that. What I really need is I need W victories,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
I need
However you
either
can get them fucking
Exactly.
lucky if your team goes off, whatever. Yeah, you need those
I
W's.
need, yes, I need, and I would take a team going off because I don't think I've been anywhere even close to the highest score. So that would be nice to get one.
Yeah,
If I could.
what's going on with your team this week? It looks like you got
I don't want to
somebody.
talk about
You don't want to talk about
it.
it? Okay.
We'll talk about it later. You know what I need to do? I probably need to recharge my system a little bit. I think for at least the last one, because I was away, I wasn't able to power up, so to speak, for our fun podcast. And man, I have to respond to this thread. Everybody's been
Yeah,
chatting.
we're just we're trying to plan out getting together down in SoCal this weekend.
Wait, so did I read that right? Did I read that right? Misha's not coming?
Yeah, I guess the way I read that is Misha's going to be going down to San Diego while we're coming from San Diego going to Orange County. That's how I read it.
Wait. What? Wait a minute.
Well,
Is that a joke? Why would Misha come down to San Diego and not
Yeah, I don't
stop?
know. There's need some more info here, I think.
Well, maybe they all can listen in on the podcast and fill us on in. Misha, if you've got family business and stuff like that, then you can ignore anything I'm about to say after this. But there's no excuse. You have no fucking excuse. If you're in town, damn it, you gotta come to the Sausage Fest. Not only is it for John's sake to see that guy, but also we're gonna have a whole bunch of other knuckleheads on up there. We'll have Sean. Well, that'll be first for you in SoCal in a little bit,
Yeah,
which will be
since
nice.
last year.
Since last year, wow, fucking time flies. And then the biggest knucklehead of everyone, we'll have him down. He'll be very excited to see everyone. I love how I shouldn't even have to finish that statement with a name. Like I should be able to say biggest knucklehead, and
Yeah,
everybody
it's-
should be talking about
I think if you just said biggest knucklehead and you let everybody in the league take a vote, I think majority would win in that situation.
I think so. And we're just gonna leave it there. Yeah. I guess anybody else who's
Well,
in the
Chris,
area, I think Chris is coming.
yeah,
Joey
Joey
is
is not
unavailable.
coming. Joey is
Phil,
going to Oregon,
Jimmy. Oh, Joey's going to Oregon. Ooh.
the opposite direction.
That is very much the
See him
opposite direction.
dropping some geography bombs over here. You didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't. Do you? Okay. Here's some more geography bombs, and maybe Joey can help us out, or anybody else who is on the bachelor party. When we went to Oregon, what was that fucking gorge that we went to? What was that place called?
Columbia River Gorge.
Columbia River Gorge.
Yeah, and I think if you just Google that,
I'm about
Columbia River Gorge, and go to Google Images.
Oh my God. What was I doing? I started typing in Columbia Google Gorge.
Oh man, it's not. Yeah, the images I wanted to see are not coming up.
What were the images that you wanted to
I
see?
wanted to see that fucking that
that
big ass
little
canyon, you know, that we basically walked through like up to our belly button in water, just walking through that canyon trying to get to the end of it.
Well, here we go. How about, let's see.
There's a couple pictures here.
What do you think about that one? I just sent you one.
Let's see.
I mean,
Yeah, that's it right there. Nobody
Those-
else knows what we're talking about, but that's it right there.
Dude, that was so. I love how it was like one of the hottest days on record, and the second we dropped into that canyon, it like the temperature went like 40 degrees lower,
Yeah.
and the water was freezing cold.
Yeah. I mean,
That
just
was a good trip. That was a fun trip.
yeah, it was fucking awesome. Like this picture looks like something out of Lord of the Rings or something like that.
I definitely had those kind of that same kind of an idea when we were walking through that thing. I was like, dude, I need my fucking wizard on my left and my hobbit on my right, dude.
Dude,
What's
what do you
going on?
mean? You had me there, and you had Nick and Joey also.
I do remember that Nick had his fucking robot arm.
I don't wait. I don't even remember that. What is that? It's robot
What do you
arm.
mean? You don't remember the robot arm? The fucking
Oh, when he had
giant, like
his
when he had
sling.
the soldier, yeah, the soldier surgery or whatever, and he was having to basically like climb over that beaver dam with like
Oh
one
my
arm.
God, yeah,
I
that.
remember being really worried about him. It was like we had to take some time for him, like making sure that he got over that, like okay, without being hurt. That was dude, that was a fun little destination, a little fun place to visit.
Yeah,
But all right, that was a little bit of a sidetrack.
nice little tangent.
Yeah. Well, so Joey's up in Oregon, obviously. I guess no Phil, no Jim, no never any Derek
Never
because
any
Derek
Derek. He has no
didn't
idea
even
what's
know.
going on. Look at this.
No, never
0 and
know.
6. You don't listen, you don't win.
That's a good fucking point, Sean. Oh my God, that's a great point.
Although I would say
Something just
Nick,
I just had yeah, Nick I'm sure listens
that
to
sort
every
of
single
defeats
podcast.
defeats the theory right there.
Well, I haven't been listening. I maybe listened to like maybe two episodes.
You son of a bitch. I've been seeing
Well,
those the view counts a little low.
it is, but I mean, I do only have two victories.
That's true. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more fun to participate and to listen when you're actually winning.
That's true. I mean, in all honesty, like, I know I take part in these conversations, and I don't remember everything, but, whenever I start listening to the podcast, usually I get, kind of reminded. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, I remember when we were talking about this, and it's going to go here, and it's going to go here. But I don't know. Dude, fantasy is so depressing.
Dude, it's tough, man. Like, I mean, I can't complain.
I had
Obviously,
used,
I'm in 5-1, but like
yeah,
these
you can't.
Sundays are, dude, it's still stressful. It's not like I'm not Joey over here just steamrolling over everybody. Like these are gut 'em out wins that I'm getting some luck too, obviously. But God, dude, fucking Sundays are so stressful though.
Yeah, they are. I'll tell you, man, if I had used a waiver claim on Alfred Morris this last week,
Ooh.
I would have fucking just
Wait, you
like what
didn't
was
get him on waivers? I thought you got him on waivers?
I didn't use a claim. I
Oh, you
forgot.
just got up like super early or something?
I was on my trip and I was having to make a fucking super early drive. That was Phoenix to
Yeah.
Tucson. So yeah, I was up at like 5 in the morning. I totally forgot to put in my. We were talking about it,
Yeah.
the night before on the podcast or when we were recording the podcast, and I was like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I need to put in my claim for Alfred Morris because that's what all the experts say is the
Dude, yeah,
top
he was the
ad,
hot fucking claim for sure.
and he didn't get a fucking snap.
I mean, nobody really expected that Brito was going to
No,
play.
no, dude. Matthew Berry's rant about it was wonderful. Chris sent me a link to it, and it was just like Matthew Berry just going off, saying he's never been more upset about a fantasy game in his 30 years of playing fantasy
Jeez.
than he was about last night, and especially because it's like his team too, or sorry, not his team. Fucking 49ers are not his team. The
No.
Redskins are.
Yeah.
Alfred Morris was on the
He used to
Redskins,
be on the
but
Redskins, yeah.
no. But yeah, oh my God, that was frustrating. John even gave me a free pass. He sent me a warning. He was just like, "Oh, what are you gonna do, fucking Fredo? Breed is active. What are you gonna do about Fredo?" And I was just like, "Son of a bitch!"
Yeah, I
And
know,
I
because
was like, "Okay,
you needed what, like 17
like
points or
18,
something like that?
17 points." And so I was just like, luckily enough, I did have somebody I could technically slot in because Aaron
Right.
Jones was playing the same game. And while I was kind of pissed about that touchdown that was taken away, I still don't think that would have.
No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think I might have been closer, but I don't think that would have. I don't think that would have helped me win. I think there were a lot of other things that might have helped me win, like not fucking playing Lamar Miller ever again.
So let's did you already dissect it? Like if you had
No,
had
I don't.
those two guys,
No, I
Funchess
don't. I
and
don't want to.
Crabtree, would it have
The
been
thing, the
enough? I don't
truth
know
is,
if it would have been enough.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
I
Wait, you
don't think so.
needed yeah, how many?
Let's say if I had taken, let's say if I were to go back to, let's go back to John and mine's game.
If you had played Crabtree, that would have given you another 11 points.
It's the question is who would have been taken out? Like, see, Lamar Miller and Adrian Peterson were most likely going to be played no matter what. So the question
Right.
is
You had
what
that
I have
flex
done with that
open.
flex spot. Now, I didn't know Cooper Kupp was going to get injured, so Cooper Kupp was definitely going to be played. Allen Robinson and Julio Jones were most likely the other two that I was going to play. Even though, fuck, I thought Allen Robinson was going to do the best out of.
Dude, and he had a good week, like
He did.
17.4. I mean, you can't
He
complain about
did.
that. Yeah.
It just Crabtree all of a sudden became the player that I thought he was going to be on my bench.
Yeah. I mean, I
Ah,
think
like
honestly,
six, I
for
think.
you,
Yeah, 6 for 93 and a touchdown. That's definitely his most, or not his most receptions, but it's his biggest yard total, and he had his second touchdown of the year.
like, yeah, Cooper Cup really sucks because he had been fucking money coming into that. But you also had Amari Cooper on John's side throw a goose egg, so that kind of
Well, I
that
mean,
kind
yeah,
of canceled it
he went
out.
down with an injury, and so did Ridley. I mean, Ridley put up some points before he went down, but yeah, so John had
Yeah.
two injuries and all those players on bye. The way he sent it to myself, he's like, "Dude, you podcast voodooed yourself." And I was just like, well, sometimes when you play with fire, you get burned. Uh, I still like dancing around with that dangerous voodoo, but even still, it will happen. It will happen. It was tough. It was a tough beat, but good one for John. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, yeah, I probably might have been able to put together a winning lineup out of what I had to beat John this week. But even still, I don't think I would have like known to. Oh, you know what? This is not going to be the week for Cup. You need to make sure you're running with four wideouts, and those four wideouts are going to be Julio,
Yeah.
Allen Robinson, Crabtree, and Funches.
Well, I think also if Alfred Morris wasn't such a hot waiver pickup, you wouldn't have tried to go for him, and that way
Yeah.
you would have had your flex totally open at that point, and you probably would have ended up playing either Crabtree or Funchess in your flex at that point.
Yeah, but the question is like, does that get me over the hump? And I don't think it did. Dude, Mahomes fucking
That was the
killed.
thing I saw because you had Tom Brady playing Mahomes, and for a
Yeah,
while, Brady was looking better, or it was just really close, and I was like, "Oh shit, I think Brian's looking pretty good in this matchup." But
it's
then,
possible.
but Mahomes had that late finish and ended up with 36, like that. That even there was kind of a difference maker.
Dude, you know what I have to say about Tyreek Hill? I saw this on a
Woo.
on a YouTube video. That fucker is FAF.
What does that mean?
Fast as fuck.
Oh yeah,
My God, dude. I don't that fucking guy, like those bombs, like no, there's not a single corner that like a single defensive back that can cover that guy. We were talking about fucking Antonio Brown. Tyreek Hill looks way faster than Antonio Brown.
just the way you said that. We were
What did I
talking
say?
about fucking Antonio Brown.
Oh, is that how was that those are the words that
Those
came
are
out
the
of my
words
mouth?
you use, and I am 12 years old also.
Well, I figured as much. And where's Chris when we need the sampling?
Yeah.
We're gonna be fucking Antonio Brown. No, most likely.
Whoa.
Wow, man, chill out, bro. Not get into too much dirty talk. Yeah, man. Oh God, this was a tough one. A good win for John, especially with as many people as he had out and the two injuries. Like that was really good. Oh, you know who else fucked me was Guskowski. God damn that little fucking
Oh,
bastard.
dude, yeah, didn't he have 22 fucking
Yeah,
points?
dude.
Like
Dude,
he should.
they just decided they were just going to be kicking field goals all night, and every single time they decided for, and then there was the game winner, and that was when I turned. I didn't even watch the game winner. I
Well,
turned
dude,
off that.
five field goals means five less touchdowns that Brady could have.
Yeah, one of them was a five, or was a 50, like a 50 yard or 50 plus
Jeez.
hurt. That was a pain. That was a This was not my most fun fantasy week. Not that this has been a fun season for me anyway, but
Well,
it's been rough.
I'm curious now what you're gonna do. I don't know. Like it looks like bye weeks might play into it, but I mean, Funchess did pretty well. Crabtree did well. Julio
But right now,
obviously. Allen Robinson did well. Like you've got
yeah,
some nice.
no, right now
Well, you're
I
gonna.
think it's going to be obvious as far as until I hear anything about Cup.
Yeah, true. He
Right
might miss a
now,
few weeks. It sounds like.
exactly. So Morse is going in the trash, uh, and what somebody is going to come out. Jones obviously is going to come out, and I'll be rolling with uh, Julio, Allen, Michael Crabtree, and Funchess. Like that's
Yeah,
most likely
yeah.
the only play at this point.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Unless there's something on waivers, which I think there's a little bit, not much. I think I have a number 3 claim still. I
Yeah.
don't think there's really anything that's worth wasting that on.
Yeah. There's no one like gargantuan you got to take on
No,
waivers right
nobody's going
now.
to take. No, yeah, nobody's going to take like gonna do anything for me as far as changing my season around. So there's almost no point. Um, so yeah, that's just gonna have to roll with what I
Well,
got. I
dude,
don't think
lucky for you though. I mean, I know we're getting into next week already, but whatever. You're playing Misha and Devonte Adams is on a bye, and Devonte Adams has been fucking crushing lately.
he has, and he
Whew.
was. Man, what was it? Let's go to where's
36
Misha's.
this last week, 30 the week
Yeah,
before.
dude. Oh man, poor fucking. Well, I don't think Chris was going to win. I think he needed a lot to happen or who did he? No, he had Mason Crosby. Mason Crosby even put up 17.
Jeez, after missing 4 field goals or whatever the week before.
Right, dude, that's crazy. Oh man, yeah. Chris was hurt by quite a few. Brandon Cooks wasn't getting the love that he needed. Mike Williams is not,
Yeah,
but
Mike
I'm
Williams has been fucking disappointment lately. I have him in my other league, and I'm just like, dude, I think that's the end of your leash right there.
Yeah, no, he had those couple games at the beginning of the season, and then he's dropped off the face of the earth. But
Now it's
that's
his fucking
Philip,
twin,
dude.
Tyrell Williams, who's getting all the love.
All the love, yeah, dude. That's the problem. Wow, Philip, what a year you're having.
Which is fucking weird that Philip Rivers throws it so goddamn much, and it's like outside of Keenan Allen. Well, I guess
It's whoever's
it's just Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is so fucking involved in the passing game too. Like I was just gonna say, how does Philip Rivers throw it so goddamn much? And outside of Keenan Allen, like where are these yards going to?
dude. That's because Philip Rivers. I love me some Phil, even though the Chargers aren't my team anymore. The Chargers players I fucking love, dude. And Philip Rivers that's number one up on top. He is, I think, the most underrated
Dude,
quarterback
no,
ever
I respect him for
because
sure. Like, and the
because of
fact that he's
all.
still going right now too. He's been in the league
Yeah,
for a while.
as long as Eli Manning, and he certainly doesn't look like Eli
Looks
Manning.
way better than Eli Manning. Oh my
Yep.
god.
Roethlisberger, I think, is the same. They're all in the same draft class.
Oh yeah, holy shit.
Yeah. So he's the only one out of all three of those quarterbacks that doesn't have a ring. But I would argue that statistically, I think he even has better statistics than Roethlisberger. I don't know. I'd
I
have
don't
to like
know.
look at
He
actual NFL stats, but like, dude, right now for fantasy wise, he's thrown. I think it says it's 15 touchdowns, and he's only thrown 3 picks.
This is Rivers.
Yeah, for Rivers,
Damn, dude. Yeah, let's see. What's he ranked at right now?
number 5.
Shit, yeah. Right above Big Ben.
Yep.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that's a tough one. Yeah, shit. Ah, but yeah, this was a. I know we were talking about Devonte Adams in regards to my
Yeah,
matchup
that's
for
nice. You
next
don't
week,
have to go
but
against him.
don't have to go against him. But Misha's got some scary pieces on his team. Some
Dude,
really, really scary
yeah, like
pieces.
fucking
Sony
Andrew Luck
Michelle.
has been playing like crazy.
Oh,
Sony
Andrew Luck has been
Michelle.
throwing up
Robert Woods
bombs
has
all.
been really consistent this year.
God damn it! God, that made me so mad.
Oh,
So mad.
yeah.
Where is Cooper? Where is Cooper? They
Little,
said he came back from injury. They said he like I like come back. I see him being or you know you hear about him being carted off, and you're just like, oh no, that's it. And then all of a sudden he's back on the field, and I'm like, oh maybe it was just precautionary, and then he disappeared again.
you're like,
Oh,
what the fuck is going on here?
fantasy football, bro. It's just fantasy football is so brutal, so
Yeah,
brutal. And Chris definitely did not have. He didn't have his best outing. I mean, there were a lot of players who did really, really well for him, but just a few that really let him down. Mike Williams, in particular.
yep,
I don't think he had a choice for Bilal Powell. I think that was just, that's what he had to roll with because it's either that or Royce Freeman, and he obviously made the right choice there.
yeah, exactly.
But
Just
yeah,
there was no
those
good choice.
those few pieces, they hurt him a little bit, and the pieces that did well, they just didn't do as well as some of Misha's pieces. Like Devonte Adams did fucking awesome. Even getting a little bullshit like Tyler Lockett, that
Yeah, little touchdown, Tyler Lockett touchdown.
three receptions for 13 yards and a touchdown. That hurts. That's fucking stupid. That shit, add that little salt to the wound.
Classic flex play right there. Just one little
Yeah,
TD.
Jarvis Landry had his an unusually quiet game.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
don't expect that against Tampa Bay, so that's not something I'm going to look
Yeah,
forward
Tampa
to.
Bay defense. Yikes.
Yikes.
And they just fired their defensive coordinator too.
hmm Well,
Who would you Okay,
yeah.
so on your team, who's your favorite player right now and who's your least favorite player?
Mm, say my favorite player was Cooper Cup
Yeah.
because how just where I got him in the draft and how amazing he had been for me before getting injured. Wow, dude, that dropped him so fucking far that last game. He was like the number 4 wide receiver, and now he's ranked 15.
Yeah, it's like he basically already had his bye week.
Yeah, so that really hurt. Um, if it wasn't Cooper Cup, it might be Adrian Peterson, just because of the fact that that's almost, not that he's been having great numbers, but just I don't have anything at my running back
Wow.
position.
You won't even throw Julio in for favorite player right now?
Julio has been very frustrating, and you can just look at that one column, and that will tell you exactly why.
Yeah, no TDs for sure, but I mean, still, he's the
Yeah,
sixth
dude,
ranked wide receiver, though.
yeah, dude. And Chris was showing me all these like stats that like all these fantasy experts are throwing off. Like Julio Jones is doing some like incredibly spectacular things right now in like NFL wise, and no receiver has ever done this without touchdowns. Like anybody, like
It
so.
is. It's almost a joke at this point. Like it's like
Yeah,
Matt
like he does.
Ryan knows. Like, no, no, no. Let's keep this fucking weird shit going. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
throw
we're
it to
gonna
you
see
in
if
the
we
end
can
zone.
actually go the whole season without
You
giving
can
you a
break off a
touchdown.
nice 50-yard, like a little 10-yard catch, and then a 40-yard run after the catch, but you won't make it to the end zone though.
hmm No, I'm not sure if he's leading the league in receiving yards or if he's really close to it. I think he might be actually.
He's like, yeah, he's up there in like the top one, two, or three for sure.
Let's see. ESPN wide receiver stats, I guess. Not fantasy stats, but we want actual stats. NFL players receiving. Okay, so receiving yards per game. I want per game. I Okay, so right now, okay, here we go. That's what I was looking for, yards total. Okay, right now, Adam Thielen is leading the league in receiving yards with 712, yeah, with 712 yards, and he has 4 touchdowns. At number 3 is DeAndre Hopkins with 657 yards with 3 touchdowns. So Julio is sitting at number 2.
Number 2 receiving yards, yep. But zip
707.
Zip for touchdowns.
Zip for touchdown. But he's 4 yards behind the leading
So
wide
let's just
receiver.
look. I'm looking at the same thing you are. I'm looking at in order of receiving yards, who the next person is with 0 touchdowns. I gotta scroll pretty goddamn far. Wow.
Yeah.
Still
No.
scrolling, still scrolling.
You
It's not
can't-
even on the first fucking
It's not,
page.
it's not even on the first page. You go to player 40. Player 40 still has a
Dude, it's
touchdown.
Pierre Garcon with 225 yards.
Is the only other wide receiver that doesn't have a touchdown.
Not the only other one, but I just sorted all receivers by just total receiving yards.
Mhm.
And Pierre Garcon is the next one. And we're talking, he's like 50 people lower than Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's why Julio Jones is not my favorite player. Actually, how many yards does okay, so you did it by yards and then you did it by touchdowns?
Yeah, well, I just have it by yards, and I was just scrolling through looking at the touchdown column right next to it. Everybody else on the first page, I mean, I don't know how many people there are, probably 40 or 50 on the first page. Everybody has a touchdown, at least one.
I find that the first one that I see, how many did you say Pierre Garçon had?
He has 0 touchdowns.
No, how many yards?
225 or something like that.
Okay, so doing it in that order, just looking at it by yards, the next person after Julio Jones that has the most receiving yards without a touchdown is actually this. This makes me so mad.
What?
Is at position 69 for receiving is James Conner.
Oh, I wasn't even
257 yards
counting running backs. I guess if
and no receiving touchdowns.
Jesus, if I looked at flex. I mean, and that you can't really count a fucking running back, but still.
I can't that one. That specific running back, I definitely can, because definitely, I'm not going to say he's the absolute end all reason for all my woes, but he is certainly the start of it. Fucking goddamn you! Not even showing on up this week, saying, "Oh no, man, I'm gonna come back on Monday." That's what I'm gonna do. Fucking bastard, get in that facility.
Wow.
Sign your check.
You know who has more receiving touchdowns than Julio?
Everybody?
Some guy named Zach Line, Line, a running back on New Orleans.
Wow. He's got
Some other guy named Anthony Sherman, a running back on the Chiefs.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, that's why, just, to answer your question, Julio may be there for the one that I hate the most. But that's not true. I know who I hate the most on my team.
Who's
the
that?
one I hate the most, because all right, and there's a big tie for there's a big tie for a lot of the ones that frustrate me a lot, but it's not like actual hate at this point. Crabtree, Funchess, Allen Robinson, those guys have frustrated me this year.
Yeah.
I
I think I know who you're going with.
Dude, I do not hate anybody more than fucking Lamar Miller.
Ooh,
Like,
okay. Actually, that wasn't going to be my guess.
What were you gonna say, Gronk?
Yeah.
Gronk is disappointing, right? It was like I'm still waiting for that to happen.
But
And,
yeah, I see Lamar Miller. Wait, where'd you draft Lamar Miller though?
That's a good question.
In the 6th round. So I mean, that's still pretty high.
Why I hate him so much is because it's like I need him.
Yeah,
I really need my number 2 running back to basically carry the load while Le'Veon's gone, and he hasn't even been like flex worthy. That's kind of where I'm at. Like
Yeah,
I think
he's
he has one
had
touchdown on the entire
one
year, and that was
decent
receive.
game,
Yeah, and that was he had a receiving touchdown, I think.
just like a lucky one.
Yeah, a lucky one, a garbage time one. So it's frustrating. I mean, there's not too much I can say about. Well, I've already said more than enough about it. But let's turn the table. Let's just talk to you. Looking at your team, if I was going to ask you the exact same question,
It's
your
easy.
team up and down, who do you love the most other than Todd Gurley?
Oh fuck! I had to throw that
Can't
curveball
pick.
in there.
You
Okay.
can't pick Todd Gurley. Anybody in
Um.
this league would love to have Todd
Yeah.
Gurley.
Honestly, I will say I think Emmanuel Sanders.
Ooh, ooh. Let's pull up
He
Emmanuel
has
Sanders.
been so much
Oh
better than
God,
I expected.
only two touchdowns also, and those
True.
are those big fat games. But look at the games without a touchdown, and tell me who wouldn't want this. 13.6, 18.3, 11.3, 16.2. Yes, I'll take that. I'll happily take that over almost any one of my players.
It's the consistency.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
And
You don't
I,
have to
dude,
worry.
I drafted him. I drafted him in the sixth round. Like that's to get the
That's
number
what you should
nine
say.
receiver in the sixth round is not.
Yeah,
That's more than what you would expect.
that's what I would hope to get in
Like
with
a
my
Lamar Miller. Like you would expect Lamar Miller to be maybe in the top 15 of running backs or something like that.
at, at least the top 20.
Yeah,
You
but what is he? He's in like the top 40, maybe.
No, I
Not
mean, maybe
even.
not even. I don't know. Maybe I mean, running backs are doing so bad this year that it might be possible that he may have a decent ranking. Let's see, what does it say? Where's his fucking name? 38. So yeah, he's barely in the top 40.
That's really bad.
So, all right, what about what about
Uh,
for
worst
most
for
hated?
sure. Most hated is Jordan Howard for sure.
Ooh, that was a high pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was my second pick
Oh,
overall.
it's like a knock in the balls.
And he's just, I mean, he's not. It's hard. You can kind of compare him to Lamar Miller in that you expect so much more from him, and he keeps disappointing you.
Guess what
But
position he's ranked at?
what? Oh,
He's
he's
tied. No,
one. Is he tied or one better? He's
they're,
tied.
no, they're both 30, or they're both
Oh,
30.
okay, dude, that makes me feel so much worse.
Hope so. Certainly
Oh
feel very
God, I
good,
can't
but
believe it. Yeah, he's
yeah, your
he's
number two
so
pick is
fucking frustrating. And then I look over at fucking John's team this week, and he's
yeah, dude.
got Tariq Cohen. Oh,
Is it Tariq or Tarek?
I don't even know. I don't even want to know.
Doesn't matter. Not your dude is
Exactly,
crushing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been frustrating, and I think I'm at the end of my leash on him. I think he just has to go to the bench at this point. There is nothing to tell me that next week should be better for any reason.
No, I don't think he's given you any reason at all. He's had only two
Outside of like
serviceable
the
games.
first couple weeks, like obviously week one, like okay, fine. Week two, pretty disappointed. He gets the touchdown finally in week three, but it has been just dog shit after that.
Yeah, dude. Oh, horrible, horrible. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't start that.
no. I think I got better options. Like a Chris Thompson is a little bit more of a consistent option.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I'd love to have Chris Thompson. I mean, he's had a couple.
Outside of
Like there was one
one
game he didn't
game, he
play,
didn't. Yeah. Well, he had the
and
bye.
then
He had the
that
bye
one back.
week, and then the
Yeah,
one bad game. Yeah.
but other than that, dude, I'd take that.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure, for sure.
Shit.
Well,
Well,
I'd be curious to go to hear everybody else's. I wish we had some way to do that, but I don't know. Kind of fun just to see
we
what
should
people
just
are
throw
happy
that
with.
out there just to see how far do people get in the podcast. Do they actually listen? Here we go. Everybody on the group thread. Whenever you all hear this, we want you to do. It's going to be very simple. Send a text message to the group thread with your favorite player on your team and your least favorite player on your team. That's it. Just do that. I'd really
Yeah,
be curious to see what everybody would
that'd
have
be
to say.
fun. And then that's something we could definitely go into
And
next
then
week
Derek
and
has to
actually
catch
talk
up
about
on
it.
it. Yeah,
And
yeah,
Derek
we
won't
can
know
talk
what the
about
fuck's
it.
going on. He's like, why
Well,
is
maybe
everybody
he will.
just
He's just like,
blindly
wait,
saying best and worst? What the fuck is this?
yeah. Then he'll know he's like really missing out on something.
I like that. I like that. Create some FOMO.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly.
No, but that would be sweet if people did. If you want to fucking participate, fucking awesome, and that'll give us something else to talk about next week too.
A lot of times we don't know where to go with these conversations.
There is literally no planning at all.
No, I remember. I feel we have talked about this, but the one time Sean and I actually did try to make like an actual script and everything like that, and we spent some time on it and put a lot of effort on into it. And the whole purpose was because our podcasts were going too long, and we're like, okay, this is going to be it. This is going to work. I think we doubled the length of the podcast in that attempt when we like
Yeah, I
tried to
think
do
so.
it. It was just like, oh my God, okay, so fuck it, never mind. Game planning doesn't work, so just go for it. You guys seem to be okay with it, so we'll
Yeah, I
just
want
keep
to
it.
say that one ended up being like very close to 2 hours long.
Yeah, that can't happen. That's not. I'm pretty sure we were trying to like make it go for like less than an hour, and it
Yeah,
just
we were
was.
like, okay, here are the things we're going to talk about. Here's what order we're going to talk about it in. We like shared the list with each other, and then we just talked about so many tangents in
Oh, dude,
between.
we just go on tangents, just left and right, left and right. It's not even funny. Okay, you. I need to power up a little bit. Go ahead and let's. Maybe we start talking about finish up last week's matchups. What do you think?
Okay, here's
We're
you
talk about.
you smoke a bowl. I'm gonna go actually to my fridge and grab a beer because that sounds really nice. And maybe I'll just actually edit this podcast and take out this like 1 minute of just dead time.
Well, I don't know. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start. We'll
Okay,
see.
all right.
Maybe it'll be more interesting than we're
It
actually
could be
thinking
if
of.
if I'm not back, just start talking and I'll do the same.
Sean, that's pretty much what I do,
That's true.
myself. I mean, again, if you guys ever hear me like just speaking, don't assume that I'm talking to anybody. Just come up and say hello. See, here's already gone. I'm still like chatting away. You see, I'm right again. Nobody could have predicted that Dr. Grant would just suddenly jump out of a moving vehicle. And there's another example. And here I am, sitting by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos theory. We'll add some coughs for good measure.
Came back just in time to hear the coughing in action.
Oh, I hope you didn't stop it recording.
No, no, I left it. I left it going.
I think I got some good fill in there.
Ooh, it's gonna be a little
Anybody?
Easter egg for me to go back and listen to now.
I'll tell you what. I know there are a few of them that would be able to guess it, but if there's anybody who can guess where that's from,
Damn it! Ooh,
what do you
what
mean,
did I
damn it?
miss out on?
Oh, you know it if you heard it.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Actually,
That's the
I kind
problem.
of say a character's name even, so that kind of even gives it makes it a little easier. So never mind.
Damn it!
Whew. Well, here we go.
Hell yeah, dude!
All right, so we did talk about my super depressing and John's super amazing matchup.
Super amazing.
Uh, where we and then we started talking a little bit about Chris and Misha. Um,
Let's see. Well,
and
what else interesting? Let's see. Nick got his first win. That's pretty interesting.
I guess it's interesting. Is there anything else we had already pretty much talked about all the stuff with Chris, and we didn't really talk too much about Chris's team other than yeah, well, I mean we were talking about Philip Rivers and Michael. Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah, yeah, we went
that's
through
that's
went
yeah,
through a
yeah,
good bit of that.
we got through that. Okay, so Nick and his first wing. I mean, I don't know if we can give Nick too much credit. I mean, this was the dog shit bowl and there was bound to be a winner unless there would have been a tie,
Yeah,
which I think would have been hilarious. So that
that
means
would be
that
fucking funny.
they are truly the dog shit teams. But Nick had to beat somebody, and he for sure did it with Derek. And oh my God, I heard that news today. That's right. How pissed is Nick?
Oh, Devontae Freeman.
The Devontae Freeman to IR.
Ooh, yeah, man. I didn't see that coming. That right now is the first time I saw that he's actually on IR.
Yeah, it just happened today, I think. Like it was just
Jesus
announced.
Christ.
Yeah. Where'd he get him?
I would say third round if I had to guess.
No, no,
Second round. Yikes.
second rounder.
That
Yep.
hurts. That hurts big time,
Cooked for the season.
man. Well, that's tough. We'll see. I mean, let's see how long Nick can hang on to James Conner for. How long he still actually is the starting running back.
Right now, he's looking good, dude. His last 2 weeks
Oh my
have been
god,
awesome.
dude, what a fill-in! What the fuck is it? Do you think it's actually the running back
No,
that's actually it's the
no,
Steelers,
no, no.
right? Obviously.
Well, it's not. It's not just the. It's the same idea as like the Patriots, right? It's the idea of the system. The
Well,
Steelers, for the longest time, since
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know, for at least as long as I've been really following football, the Steelers have started to become such an offensive-minded team rather than that defensive-minded team, right? Like
Right,
the
right.
defensive-minded team they were of old when they were getting to the fucking playoffs in the Super Bowl, right? They were, the ground and pound with what's that
Yeah,
fucking
just
guy's name? Was it Jerome Bettis? Was that the
yeah,
was that
yep.
the running back? But just that idea, the James Harrison of old. They just had that, just like the Ravens. Like they were those two teams, and I felt like they were like the perfect mirror of mirror of each other they were like one of those few only teams in the NFL I felt that still had that kind of old school NFL image. And that was just the Ravens and the Steelers. And since the emergence of all these fantasy superstars that we can think of, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. I know there have been others.
Well, dude,
you know,
every fucking time that Le'Veon Bell is injured or holding out or whatever, like the backups just go crazy. Remember D'Angelo Williams? How fucking
yeah,
good he was? Like he was like the number one running back for the first like 3 or 4 weeks of the season, like a year or 2 years ago.
I'm going to throw something out there, and let's see if you can. I know I just smoked a little bit, but let's see if you can make the connection and see what I mean. I've been holding on to Greg Zuerlein this whole time, and everybody's been giving me a bunch of shit for it.
Which I have not.
No, you haven't. I want to explain the reasoning because I feel it's this is the same philosophy. The reason I keep Greg Zuerlein and the reason I'm starting a Rams kicker is because I believe it's the same idea as a handcuff. When you have a player that's in either a certain position in a certain system on a certain team, paired with a certain quarterback, or whatever the scenario is, you have X player that's in some type of scenario that you believe is always going to be a high point opportunity chance. I don't know. I'm just making these words up as I
No,
go.
I get where you're going with. Like
So
it's not necessarily just the kicker's talent, but the way that the offense plays and the
yes,
positions that they can get themselves in.
yeah. So here's the thing. This is what I believe as far as my personal scenario is. I believe that the Rams is an incredibly high-powered offense that just goes and goes and goes. I believe they're going to get more chances, to score points than most any other team in the league. So that includes touchdowns, that includes field goals. So I believe that whoever the Rams kicker is going to be, if not the top scoring kicker in the league, they're at least going to have the most opportunities. And if I believe in the talent enough, certainly I do with Greg Zuerlein, and I'll give it a shot with anybody else that plays, but you'll stick with that opportunity because you believe in it.
Yeah,
Le'Veon
I
Bell
mean, I guess it's to a different scale, obviously. Like
I
we're
guess
not.
it's a little different scale, but Le'Veon Bell is obviously a certain type of superstar player, but he's always been on the Steelers. We don't know what really he would be if he was on any other
Yeah,
team.
I'm sure he'd be
But
really fucking good if they give
he
him
would,
opportunities.
yeah, maybe he would. But we know this for sure, just like you were saying. When Le'Veon Bell goes down with an injury or is suspended, almost any X name player, it doesn't even fucking matter
Yeah, who
who
the
it is.
fuck even knew about James Conner before
Right.
this season?
Exactly. Just the fact that he was Le'Veon Bell's backup, and if you were going to get him, I guess who's it this year? Oh, it's James Conner, whoever the fuck that is. Better get that guy for a handcuff. The whole point you're doing that is because you know that the running back on the Steelers is a high opportunity play. It's going to have the chance for a lot of touchdowns, a lot of points, a lot of tosses, like just because you've seen it before consistently. If it's not Le'Veon Bell, it's whoever his backup is, whoever's slotted into that spot. And
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
What if the backup running back for the Steelers was Lamar Miller?
It would play him. That's a no-brain question because it's not the player that you're betting on.
So I wonder too. No, I agree with you. I'm just playing different sides of the coin just for fun talking points. But
No,
I think Le'Veon. What if Le'Veon Bell right now was traded to Houston and was just implanted as their starting running back? I wonder what he would be able to do that Lamar Miller isn't able to do.
I'll tell you this. This is what I believe. I believe Le'Veon Bell is a super talented player.
Definitely.
And just like you're saying, I think he would do really great in any opportunity that he was given. Right?
Yep.
Okay. If Lamar Miller and Le'Veon Bell were traded for one another, I would be much more comfortable starting Lamar Miller in the Steelers than I would Le'Veon Bell.
Definitely.
Texans.
Ooh,
Does that make
whoa. So you would value Lamar Miller higher than Le'Veon at that point?
I'd say I wouldn't call it value. I would feel better. I would think Lamar Miller would be in a better opportunity to get points than Le'Veon Bell would be in a better opportunity to get points. I don't believe the Texans' offense is a super high-powered offense. If they can get a fucking quarterback and can get a coach that knows what the fuck they're doing, then maybe I might believe it. But I don't believe in Bill O'Brien. I really love DeAndre Hopkins. I think he's a fucking stud. And Deshaun Watson, I mean, we've seen him have big fucking games, so it's like, ooh, dude, he's got talent. So
yeah, he's still trying to figure it out, though.
But I'm not putting them up with the Rams. I'm not putting them up with the Steelers or fucking the Chargers or anything. Or like, better off than like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, right? I'm not putting the Texans up with any of those. So yeah, I would actually feel better starting, not that I would value them higher. Value I think is a little bit different. I think the opportunities that player will get goes into value, but I also believe value also has a lot to do with the player's talent and more of that kind of conversation rather than a player that you're going to slot into a position into your fantasy lineup. Like if we were just talking about the opportunities that they would get, yeah, I think Lamar Miller would have better opportunities on the Steelers than Le'Veon Bell is going to have on the Texans.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe the only difference would be if Houston was to get Le'Veon Bell, that they might actually go ahead and change their whole offensive scheme to try and be more run heavy. But that's a lot to do, though. Exactly,
and that's something you haven't seen. But what you have seen is you've seen whatever no-name fucking back.
Just plug and play.
The plug and play. It works.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same type of strategy that I'm doing with the Rams. I believe until the Rams prove me wrong that they're one of the most high-powered offenses in the NFL, and their kicker is going to have the most opportunities to get points.
Yeah.
So that's
I agree with you. And man, it just this whole thing actually makes me want to see Le'Veon go to a different team next year just to see what he would do in a different environment.
I don't know what
pure entertainment's sake.
Dude, I don't know what would be the best team for him to go to.
Obviously the 49ers.
The funny thing is I don't really have. So I've told everybody I'm pretty actually solidified in this now. Like as far as the team I'm going to be rooting for at least for the next little while. Like I'm pretty now solid. It's going to be the Rams, mostly because of that idea that they are definitely going to be taking money straight from Dean Spanos' pocket. That makes me feel so happy. uh, and I did have Todd Gurley for those 2 years, in fantasy.
Yeah. And now Cooper Kupp's sort of helping you solidify that.
He's helping me. I love myself some Marshall Faulk because of San Diego State, and
Yeah.
he won his Super Bowls with the Rams. Greatest show on turf. Yep. But, dude, if Le'Veon went anywhere, I think it would be an interesting. And I think if they played him, or at least gave him opportunities, and put him, with players around him that were at least decent, I think he would do well. I think he would do really well. He may do best on the Steelers. I couldn't really say that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. It's certainly interesting. And I think, I don't know, because of how we do our league and we're always changing our rules, we always value players differently year to year. So, there are some players that just seem to carry consistent value all the way through. Le'Veon Bell has always been one of them. But I think we're all in agreement that not just Le'Veon, but the running back position on the Steelers from year to year has consistent value.
That is very true. That is really true.
This is just such a high little rant right now. I'm done. I'm doing.
No, I think yeah. I mean, we hit it pretty hard, and I think there's
hard.
Not much more you could say about it at that point.
No, not much more we can say about it. We had everybody click off about 15 minutes ago. I'm pretty sure. So I love you guys who are still around. But getting back into our dog shit bowl, because that's what we were talking about to start.
Yeah, I mean,
this.
Nick's team put up 147. Like that's a pretty decent week. He would have beat some other people though.
He's not a dog shit team.
That's the thing. He is not a dog shit team. Nick's team has a lot of good pieces on it, but he, as we see this week again, played the wrong quarterback. Like I don't even. That's it. I'm not gonna say anything else about it. We go over this way too fucking much, but that's it.
Okay, so
good team. Pretty good team otherwise.
When I say a dog shit team, I mean that his team is not the best, but it's not the worst. There's certainly ones that are lower.
Yeah. But, Derek needs to do some fucking work to his team. Like, oh my god, dude, you cannot roll out some of these pieces week in, week out.
Derek, let's see as far as points against is concerned.
Like, you cannot be...
Derek is also the most unlucky out of every single person in the league because he's also leading everybody in points against, and it's a considerable margin, actually. So we shouldn't all shit on
But
Derek.
is he last in points for, though?
Yes. So it
almost becomes a moot point.
Let's just call it a fucking yin and yang of shit.
That's actually pretty funny, though. I mean, I think we brought it up last time, but like, not only are you the worst offensive team, but you are just getting shit on week in, week out by everybody else.
Yeah, like people are actually like pulling their pants off and taking big fat dumps on you, like and like big ones because man, I know I'm having it bad, but. Dude, I'm going to tell you the point differential between me and Derek as far as points against is concerned, and it's not really funny, you guys. It's actually pretty fucking scary. Where's my fucking... Okay, so let's see. Aha, here we go. These are the points we are looking for.
Oh, yeah. You are 123 points less against you than against Derek.
So Derek right now...
almost at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm almost. I'm really scratching it. Derek, is at 974 points against. Nick has also been shit on pretty bad by a lot of us.
Pretty bad.
I'm pretty sure I had my highest score of the year against Nick. So that was one of the only wins I got. Yeah, Nick is just barely, 2 points, not even 2 points below Derek at 972. And then we got Jimmy, who's like a cozy, 20 plus points below that at 952. And then you have not necessarily had it
No, I
easy.
am saying a lot of my wins are coming. I'm just barely getting by a few
4-0
people.
at home, whatever these
Yeah, what
mean
is the, why do they even
spicy
have
shit.
this home and away? What the
I
fuck
think it's
is that?
because you can do divisions, right? And like
Yeah.
I don't know,
I think
like,
we did. Didn't we do divisions in our first
yes,
year?
yes, and it
It
sucked.
was like,
And
what even is this?
no, yeah, but what what
Anyways, the whole
um
point of
hmm,
you bringing this up was because of where you are.
well, dude, I'm scrubbing the bottom, but I'm
Yeah,
also coasting by, and with some luck, because I'm also, as far as points against, I am the second least scored against.
definitely, man. Schedule's big. I mean, you don't win fantasy football purely on just you picking up the right players. Like you have to have some good matchups. You have to have players that don't get injured. I mean, if you have those two things, if you have like a softer schedule or at least a decent schedule and your guys stay healthy, like you're probably going to be in pretty good shape in the end.
Yeah.
And then if you do make some of the right moves, some of the right pickups, then you're probably giving yourself a good chance to win the whole thing.
Yep.
And that's
Oh
and that's
man.
what Joey does a good job of. Like
Oh, Joey.
I mean
We
he
can
picks
talk
up
about all
people
about
at the
Joey.
right time. He's pretty smart about what moves he makes. So I mean, I'm just
Dude,
saying
look at
like he
you want to
sets
talk
the
about
bar
smart.
pretty fucking high.
Yeah, okay. Everybody, that's why I was talking about. If everybody really wants to give Joey any shit, you need to fucking turn around, go into the bathroom, look straight into the mirror, and say, fuck you, fuck everything you know. You are fucking worthless. That's what you guys all need to be doing, because Joey is just cruising on by with 1,096.1 points.
Over 100 points higher than the next person.
Yeah. All right. That's well, like 250 plus over where Derek's at. Is that
Dude, it's more
more?
than that. It's fucking
It's
300, almost
300?
350 more.
Yeah, 350. Wait. Derek's at, where am I?
Derek's at
Yeah.
750 and Joey's at damn near 1100.
Well, yeah, it's true. It is almost
So it's almost
1100.
it's almost 350. It's like 340 something.
Well, this is why I don't ask you to let me when I fucking smoke weed.
I will do the math. I will get the calculators going.
Well, if you use a calculator, then it doesn't count.
I didn't use it this time though. I'm just saying it's there
You should
just in
never have to
case.
use it. You shouldn't.
I just like to look at
Well, I'm not liking looking at this. I mean,
it.
I'm low and I'm high.
Yeah, it
It's
sounds like
it's
you just
like,
got best of both worlds over here. You got everything covered.
well, I wish I had the points covered. God, my team can't fucking score for fucking
Dude,
shit.
this just reminded me there have been zero trades in our league so far.
There hasn't been a single one. Everybody is so uptight this year. Everybody
Yeah, I
doesn't know
think
what
that
the
this
fuck
is
to
a
do.
pretty uptight year so far. No one, I mean, full disclosure, like Misha and I kind of talked about trades at one point. I think it was a serious conversation that just never went anywhere. But that's the farthest I've ever gotten as far as trades are concerned this year.
Joey offered me something that was not very sweet.
Oh,
I
what a surprise!
politely, I had to politely turn him down. Uh, but I don't think, yeah, people have been uptight this year. I did say, like, the one trade I should have made was before the season even started. I should have fucking made it the second I heard it. but
Yeah,
I
what's the
was just
deal? I mean, come on, it's hindsight
no,
now.
no, I'm not.
Dude, it's
No, I'm
hindsight.
not talking. I'm not talking about it. We'll see.
Can you
Somebody
drop some
might end up.
hints? Drop some hints at
No,
least.
I'm not dropping a single hint. Somebody might end up
Who was the
popping up.
other person that was involved?
I'm not even going to say it.
Was it Nick?
I'm not going to say it.
Was it
Somebody might have to pop on up and say something.
was
There are
it
a lot of people.
hmm, was it Nick?
Was it you?
Damn it.
Uh, no, this
Wow. So
we need to get something
cryptic.
going. Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you. Okay, let me look at your team.
Dude,
Seeing as how I have
I'm
nothing.
always down to trade if it makes sense.
Okay, so here you go. Let's say I was doing a straight up fire sale.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not confident that Todd Gurley at all would be on the market. I don't think
I don't
that
think
would
I could
ever be
part I don't
possible.
think I could part with the number one ranked running back.
Nobody really could. You've also got, what is it, number, really, is he only 12? Yeah, he's not been bad though.
Yeah, just quietly consistent.
AJ Green's not a slouch. And funny enough, man, Eric Ebron last little
Dude,
bit been
it's just
incredible.
T.Y. Hilton, please just keep resting.
Yeah, no shit, right? Wow, look at that fucking game against New England. Oh, god
Yeah.
damn it. He looked amazing. That's the Gronk that I need. Where's that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Ah. Mm. Yeah, okay. So I think, let me ask you this. How do you feel about your quarterback? Now, Matt Ryan
Now I
is
feel
the
good.
number
I feel
two
good
ranked
now.
quarterback now. Now he's got New York, a bye, Washington, Cleveland, Dallas, New Orleans. This is not the worst
I
schedule
know,
in
I
the
feel
world.
pretty good about that schedule.
Once he gets into his,
Honestly, aside from Baltimore,
yeah, Baltimore, that week
that could be
13,
tough, but literally everything else I feel pretty good about it. A lot of shootouts in there.
yeah, there's a few. Carolina might be a tough one, and Green Bay. I don't know. Green Bay's defense
Green Bay,
looked
but it's just like
horrible. They looked
you gotta keep up with Aaron Rodgers. You gotta keep throwing it because you know Aaron can come back at any point.
That's true. Yeah, I would say your team
So
is
yeah,
pretty.
I would definitely, if I was looking for anything, I'd be looking for a running back.
Yep, I don't have any of those.
I mean, dude, it's
Right.
so fucking thin this year. It's
Oh,
so
dude,
thin at running back.
not even. It's not even. I don't even know if we can call it thin. It's got. There's got to be
It's
something smaller.
fucking,
Uh,
I don't know. It's like almost
I don't,
apocalyptic. It's like who's even alive out there?
dude. No. Okay. Let's talk about really quick as far as apocalyptic. As far as available,
Dude, when TJ
yeah,
Yeldon is in the top 10,
yeah. That's not the best thing. When God, who do you get? Oh my, it's disgusting. There's nothing.
I mean, like outside of like the top 10, maybe top 12, you just start getting into Isaiah Crowell, Matt Breida, Lynch, Naeem Hines, Eckler, and then you just get into this like just very questionable territory that you don't really want to fuck with.
All right, looking at it right now. Well, let me ask you this: how can you really need a running back when you have the number one running back?
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, but you've got your second running back slot, and then you've got your flex
Yeah,
spot.
there is.
You may
So
have some buys to
what
contend
do you
with.
expect? What are you expecting for?
I'm not
That's just a good
saying
question.
no.
Now,
I guess. Well, I don't need a
you
running back.
expecting you expecting like a Kareem Hunt would be a good
Well,
number
no,
two for
that's
you?
why
You
I'm
think
saying that the thing is it's so thin out there. Like there's nothing really that you can get that's like either you
with
pay
Adrian Peterson
either you pay out the ass for a top
have they
10
asked for something?
or you just take a gamble with anything below that.
Okay, so let's start throwing out some names right there to see what you would think a number like the level of number two that you would be looking for. And I'm just going to look down through everybody's teams, going from rank number one to and below. Okay, so David Johnson as your number two.
Oh, dude,
You think
be
that's
so
too
fucking
much?
happy. That'd be too much, yeah.
That would be too much. But he's the 11th ranked running back.
Yeah, so he's like super high end RB2, borderline
Okay.
RB1.
All right. Well, let's go a little bit below that. Isaiah Crowell.
See, that's where it gets like, how much can you really trust that guy?
Okay. Marshawn.
Just same thing. I don't know. I don't trust anybody on the Raiders.
Yeah. What do you think about Austin Eckler?
Fantastic flex, untrustworthy. Or sorry,
So she's not
fantastic.
even
No, sorry. Fantastic handcuff,
handcuff.
questionable. Anything else?
Questionable. Anything else? That's number 17.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple names. I mean, I'm I'm spilling the beans here as far as how I rank people in certain senses. There are a few people down here that are ranked lower that I think have way higher upside. So there's a couple diamonds in there, but I'm pretty sure the person who has them are thinking that they're diamonds also, so their value is going to be pretty high.
Well, everybody's thinking. Apparently, everybody thinks their diamonds are fucking pretty high. I'll tell you something. Let's look at these standings. Let's look at these standings really quick. All right, Joey, we can't say anything about you. You're running away with this league again. Fuck you. I don't have anything to say. That's it. Sean, I don't have anything to say to you either. But so somehow we still
Fine.
talk for fucking couple hours. Phil, I hate you. You always kill me. I don't care if people said had a bad year or something last year. I always know that you're fucking in the goddamn top and you always kill. So yeah, John, you just beat me fucking with nobody on your fucking team. Mahomes just walked it in for you or threw it in for you. Oh my God, Tyreek Hill is so fast. I hate you too. But okay, so Misha, Chris, Jimmy, myself, Nick, Derek. This is our fault. This actually, it's everybody's fault, but we're just letting this happen. We're letting Joey walk away with this. We can't do anything. We all need to understand that we don't have diamonds on our fucking team. We have pieces of shit. And we need to let them go and feel free to trade them.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm just
But
saying,
let's
like,
just say-
at what point do you get to where you think I just need to continue riding out the people that I have, and something better is going to happen? Like, it gets to that point in the season where you gotta do something.
I think this is where everybody's at. Or maybe this is just where I'm at. I feel a lot of people think that the waiver wire is enough. That there have been examples enough in the past, like Kamara, for instance, last year, where you can get a fucking top 10, God, maybe even a top 5 player off the waiver wire. Easily.
It does happen quite a bit,
That's
for sure.
quite a bit.
Dude, TJ
I think-
Yeldon?
Yeah. Dude, Matt Ryan.
True.
We've got
I know.
him.
True. Yeah.
You just picked him up. Did you get that 50-point game?
No. But I got whatever he got last week, 30 something.
30 something, yeah. He's the number 2 ranked quarterback right now. Like, that's I think where everybody's at. I think everybody thinks that they can get along fine without it, but Nick,
yeah, maybe true.
Nick, you got your win. You got your 1 W, but are you going to be able to keep that up? You really think you can with this little quarterback shuffle? Make a trade. I'm sure somebody wants an Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson. I mean, that's gonna help power in a place that you really need. You just pick a position that you want to trade for and see, make an offer to somebody. I think this is the problem, that everybody is also afraid of getting shafted, because nobody wants to make, I guess, what you would call like an amicable trade. So let me ask you this, Sean, for your number 2 running back position, what player do you value? Let's see. Looking at the running backs again. So going down no lower than, let's call it 25. Like, you wouldn't call a Kenyon Drake or like you already have Chris Thompson? Is Chris Thompson a suitable RB2 for you?
Yeah, that's where it gets borderline, I would say.
Okay, so we're
Maybe
talking.
maybe there's somebody out there that I'd feel a little bit better having, or maybe somebody else that I would want in the flex. And I mean, there are some pieces on my team that I think are pretty good that I'd be willing to part with as well. I know the tight end position is pretty goddamn thin right now, and I mean, Evan Engram is right about to come back. It looks like so. I mean, I could do the tight end and have one in my flex situation that a lot of people do, or maybe I can try to offload a tight end to somebody that's hurting hard at that position and try to upgrade somewhere else.
That's true. What about Sanders or Green?
I would say
Or should
I'd be willing to part with them,
it...
but that it would be a little bit more intense, I guess, at that point. Like I'd have to get something that I feel comfortable, like a plug and play. You set it and forget it, because both of those guys to me are just it's matchup proof. I don't, they're just in there.
True. I mean, I would say right now, who's in the top 10 for running backs are probably going to, for the most part, stick that one out. Todd
We'll
Gurley,
see.
Melvin Gordon, Saquon Barkley, Kamara, Connor, Zeke, James White, Kareem Hunt, Yeldon, McCaffrey.
We'll see. All those guys except Yeldon and Connor are the big question marks, because if Le'Veon comes back, Connor disintegrates in value, and if Fournette
Yeah,
comes back, Yeldon disintegrates in value. So it's like you either just play those guys while they're hot, just ride the hot hand for as long as you can get them for, or maybe you try to trade them while their value's super high and it's very unclear how long it's going to be for. So maybe you end up prospering off that trade because somebody else thinks they might last longer than they will.
yeah,
I don't
true.
know. Now we're just
I
going
know.
super deep into trade theory right now.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, I know what I need. I desperately need a fucking running back. I need somebody
Dude, I
who
think
can
that's
run
I
the
think
ball.
that's the hardest position to try and fill at this point.
Of course it is, but there are teams in here that are loaded at running back. So Joey, I would say, would be definitely looking to unload on a David Johnson over a Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's number two, and just like you with Todd Gurley, this is such a premium asset to have right now, right? These consistent points week in and week out.
The
That is
problem
going
the
to
problem
win
with
shit for you.
Joey's team, well, that's not a problem. It's the opposite of, like, what is he trying to improve on? What position is he trying to get better at? He's so fucking good. He's got the number two running back or whatever, and the number one receiver. His quarterback is Drew Brees. Like,
Well,
where's
I
he
think
trying to
this
get
is
better at?
I think this is how Joey I think this is where Joey is kind of at. I think Joey has Drew Brees, who is obviously what I mean, if
He's
it
having a
wasn't for
great
that fucking
year.
shit, yeah,
One
if it
one
wasn't for that
bad
one
week.
shit game,
Yeah.
he would be so much higher than rank 8. So he's got Drew Brees. So he's got a fucking great, quarterback. He's obviously with his plug and plays as far as his week to week decisions, obviously they pay on off. Like he slotted in Jameis Winston, and look, Jameis Winston has 39.9, almost a 40 point fucking week. It's no joke. Like
Yeah.
it's good. That's a good move to get him for your buy. And Joey's got Melvin. Joey's got Tyreek. He's got Adam Thielen. These both are. He's got the number three and the number two, or sorry, the number one and the number three wide receivers. So Joey is just flying right now. These have a shit ton of value, but yeah, where does he technically need to improve? I would say Joey could definitely upgrade one position, but and upgrade it high, but he would have to part with something. And it would have to be one of these top pieces. Other than that, like Joey's just trading the bottom part of his team. And I would say for the most part, realistically, that would probably be the only parts he would be willing to trade for. Like I guess you could technically trade probably like if Joey wanted to upgrade over David Johnson, let's say he wanted to get somebody to pair like close, like because David Johnson's the number 11. He's not doing that great. Like there are a lot of other players ahead of him. So let's see where are we going? The fucking running back rankings again. God damn it. There we go. All right. Running back rankings. So let's say he's got Melvin Gordon, and let's say he wants to get somebody up above David Johnson. So Christian McCaffrey, yeah, TJ Yeldon question mark. But let's say Christian McCaffrey, Kareem Hunt, James White, Ezekiel Elliott, James Conner, Kamara, Barkley. Like Joey might do you think John might trade? Let's see who's got him. John's got Kamara. Who else is in this list? Jimmy's got Saquon. Misha's got Zeke. Damn. Phil has the number 7, 8, and 9 ranked running backs. Okay, so everybody go talk to Phil if you want a running back. That's what it is.
It's just too thin. No, I think it's too thin right now. Like,
so let's take a look quickly at Phil's team. Is Phil hurting on wideouts? He's got Odell and Mike Evans and Demaryius Thomas. No, doesn't look like he's hurting.
He's not.
I'd say the only position he's hurting at is QB.
And is he though? He's got the 7th ranked QB.
Kirk Cousins. I
don't think he's hurting.
Well, I mean, I would think you would want maybe a little bit more than these 17, 19, and 12s.
Yeah, I think Kirk's got more to give, I think. I don't think Phil's out there going, oh man, like, oof, I'm a little worried about Kirk Cousins. I need to upgrade here. I think he's feeling pretty good about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't necessarily need to upgrade, but he certainly does have quite a few of the top ranked players.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everybody on his lineup is in the top 30.
Well, so where would you want to upgrade? You say running back number 2.
I mean,
you want to upgrade.
I mean, we could all upgrade a little bit somewhere, but
no, I could upgrade a lot of it everywhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it comes down to certain teams that just are at that point where you say, I've got to do something. I don't think waivers is going to get me there. I've got to figure something out. I'm willing to take a risk. And, if I don't try to make it happen, then I'm going to be stuck with where I am.
Man. So I guess there are some teams that don't necessarily need to really.
I mean, when you're at 6-0 and 5-1, I don't think you're not thinking too much about trades, because obviously you've got some things that are just going right for you. Whether it's your team, whether it's an easy schedule, but you're just sort of riding the wave of positivity at that point.
I guess that's true. But there are certainly some teams that could benefit. I know I would. I'm certain Nick would. I'm almost absolutely positive Derek's would. I just don't know. Like, I guess Derek could certainly trade away fucking Travis Kelce to try to upgrade. I bet you a couple of people would trade for Travis Kelce.
Right. Yeah. Maybe he can get lucky and picks up another tight end off waivers or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's Travis Kelce is somebody you can get a lot of value for. So you can certainly upgrade one of your other positions considerably by trading Kelce.
You think somebody would trade a running back for Kelce?
Maybe.
I don't know. I guess we can't predict what other people would do.
Yeah, it's hard to know what everybody else values, what future value people put on certain players, or if they just like certain players, like certain teams. I think there's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And we keep going into these tangents. I don't remember if we even finished Dog Shit Bowl. I don't even know where we're at right now.
Let's make some quick picks for this coming week, because I gotta go eat some dinner at some point here too.
Yeah, I haven't actually eaten dinner. I'm not sure where we're at as far as our recording time right now. So this was
We're
just
actually at an
like
hour and a half right now. We're actually this
God.
is the longest one we've had so far.
Well, everybody, you see, there's a lot of debate, a lot of discussion, and a lot of fucking shit. So let's quickly say sorry for everybody that we miss
I mean,
matchup.
I think it's good stuff. I mean, I think we've kind of talked about everybody in some facet.
Yes, absolutely, and we certainly want to make sure everybody's got
Yeah, I
their
think we've done
their
a good
time.
job of that. Like even just this year in general, I think we're covering everybody, even Derek. Even we know he doesn't listen to this shit, so I think we're doing a good
Yeah,
job.
God damn it. Oh my God,
What do you,
John's fucking dude. I'm just looking at my phone started fucking vibrating. I went to go look at it, and all I saw was a picture of John sending fucking sausages. Fucking, do you see that sausage gif? You'll
yeah.
laugh.
I thought they were
Okay,
French
yeah.
fries at first.
I think they're fucking
Yeah, they
sausages.
are sausages. All right.
Okay,
So
yeah. Let's
let's do
quickly.
quick. Let's do. We're not gonna like. Let's not deep dive every matchup, but let's just try and do like some quicker picks for pick'ems.
It's so hard not to deep dive. So we have to at least
Okay, wait,
look
wait.
at it
Let's
because I.
real
Yeah,
quick. Let's go through last week's just real quick as far as the pick'ems were concerned. Um,
because we have to at least. Yeah.
Joey and I picked his team, and you picked Phil. Ooh, and
All right.
I said this was my high score matchup of the week.
So you win this time.
Yeah.
Yep, because Joey gets the high score.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Joey,
Yep.
for that. We all three of us picked Nick, so we swept that one.
Mhm.
Joey picked Chris, and me and you picked Misha.
Gotcha.
And both of us said that this was going to be the closest matchup of the week, and that was not
It
true.
was not true at all.
All of us picked Brian. We all picked you.
Oh, we were
So
all
we
wrong.
that was the voodoo curse right there.
Yep, yep.
But
It's
then you would
playing with
think the
fire.
same logic would apply. We all picked my team, and I actually won. But I will say for a while it looked like Jimmy was going to win.
No, I mean, I don't know what to say for that. I mean, Todd Gurley's amazing, but so is Saquon Barkley.
Well, just the way the schedule of the games, it looked like Jimmy was going to actually like definitely crush me, but Emmanuel Sanders and Todd Gurley were both playing at the same time, and that's when the whole script of our matchup completely flip-flopped.
Right.
So,
Yeah, those two both
yeah.
had monster games. So, damn.
Okay.
Wow.
So, pretty middle of the road. Pretty middle of the road.
Well,
Okay,
as far as
let's
this
just
week,
try to do some quick picks.
all right, well, we have to at least look at them.
You can look at them.
All right, who are we gonna start with then?
All right, I'm picking Joey's team.
Wait, where we look? Oh, well, so we're talking about you and Joey?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's gonna be a close one.
How can
I'm
you?
calling
Joey
this.
has been just mangling, slicing, and dicing.
I'm just saying it's going to. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's
Hopefully
going to be
not.
a.
Hopefully
No, I
not.
think this is going. I will put in the prediction that this will be our collective highest score game.
Yeah.
I'm putting it. Yeah, I think there's some dog shit fucking teams your that your players are playing. I feel like there are a lot of high scores that are
That's
coming from
fair.
this.
That's fair.
Yeah, but as far as who to give the victory to, I obviously Joey hasn't slotted anybody in, but I'm guessing he's putting in Drew Brees, and obviously he's going to have somebody for his defense.
Yeah.
Uh, but I really like Ebron. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll agree. I'm Joey.
Yeah. It's hard not to.
Okay.
All right.
What's when we're going to?
Let's go John Glasgow and Derek. I'm gonna go John
Yeah,
Glasgow.
I don't actually need to look at that one.
Yeah, I'm not looking at anything.
Okay. What's the next one? Oh, sorry. Just if anybody couldn't guess, yeah, I'm voting for John too.
All right, we got Phil, and then we got Nick. All right, I gotta take a look at this one. So Nick,
What is it? I don't even know what he's gonna do. Is he gonna put in Aaron Rodgers? Or is he gonna put in Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson's
no,
playing
he
Jacksonville,
can't.
and that's
Aaron Rodgers on a bye,
oh well, then you're fucked because that's a divisional game, and that's either
and
gonna be a
Jacksonville
fucking
too,
exactly. It's either gonna be a super high scoring or it's gonna be a fucking
and
shit
he
show.
doesn't know James Conner
It's James Conner's on a bye.
on a bye. Oof, I'm gonna have to go with Phil on this one.
Oh yeah, no, Nick, yeah, that's I mean, yeah, oh yeah, Odell, Mike Evans, James White, Kareem Hunt.
He's got his whole team locked and loaded.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Phil.
Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, let's go. We'll save you for last. Let's go Jimmy and Chris. Looks like a lot of bye week stuff going on here. So, no Juju, no namesake. Oh
Uh-oh.
boy,
Uh-oh.
that's but no Antonio Brown either.
I know, that's so funny. They're both without their fucking Steeler
Wow,
fucking.
yeah, no Marshawn, no Big Ben, no Jared Cook. So well,
No, I'm not worried about him starting Jared Goff. That's gonna be fine. Oh wow, Jared Goff had such a shit game last game, but
it
whatever.
was like a snowy, it was like a
Snowy.
weird like 25-degree Denver snow
Back
game
in
kind of.
California, he's gonna be fine. He's
Yeah,
gonna destroy San Francisco. Sorry, that's
man.
honestly,
Oof.
I'm gonna be very
I think I
curious
might
to
have to
see.
go with Chris on this one.
I mean, he's been without a lot of pieces. Saquon Barkley looks legit,
Oh, for
uh,
sure.
and Stephon Diggs is still Stephon Diggs. Sean Jeffrey is kind of looking scary, and Kittle, well, with Beathard is doing pretty damn good. Last week was not so great, but damn, those 3 weeks before were awesome. When did what's his name go down?
The Rams. No, the Kansas City game.
Kansas City game. Okay. Andy's got Gordon. Maybe I don't know. We'll
He's
see what
looking pretty
happens.
good.
He's looking good. Yeah, but I agree. I'm gonna go with Chris on this one. I think Chris is just gonna have the pieces. Like he's only down Antonio Brown and Crosby. Maybe fucking Hilton. I don't know. Is Hilton
Yeah,
anywhere
I don't
close?
know. It's just a big question mark.
Well, see what happens with that. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
keep. I'll go. Yeah, I'll go, Chris. And I guess we got you. We already did you and
No,
Joe.
we got to do you and Misha.
Oh, I really have to win this week.
Well, so you got like we said, Devonte Adams for Misha is on a bye.
I mean,
He's
I have my whole dog shit team.
yeah,
So,
you've got everybody. Uh, oh yeah, you'll plug AP and do somebody else in the flex. Yeah, you got your whole team.
yeah, most likely it's
Man,
going to be the whole. It's Cup is coming out. He's got to because I don't think he's gonna. That was a bad fucking injury, and even if like he was able to like fully play, I highly doubt that they would like, ask him, hey, bro, after you were carted off the field, let's the very next game have you
yeah,
just
I would be
be
surprised if he played.
so I feel he has value on the year, like the rest of the fantasy season, but I'm not counting on him to win it for me next week. So most likely he's out of the lineup. Jones is out of the lineup, and you've got Julio, Allen Robinson. You've got the full
hmm
four.
I think this is going to be the closest matchup of the week.
And I hope it goes in my favor. But
Man,
Andrew Luck scares me now because he's been pretty good. Tom Brady's going up against fucking Chicago.
they've been okay against just middle of the road against quarterbacks though.
No, yeah, that's true.
But Sonny
Um,
Michel
yeah, that scares me.
against the Bears, who have been really good against the run.
Well, I mean, it just, I don't know. It still scares me. Just Misha's got a lot of good pieces. Jarvis Landry is just a fucking catch monster. And regardless of what happened last week, I mean, I think he'll still do that. Robert Woods with Cup out is gonna feast like he did last week. Misha's got a lot of pieces that scare me.
Fuck, I think I might have to give this one to Misha.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pieces. He's got Zeke.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really close. Honestly, I think this is a nice matchup for you. You don't have to worry about Devontae. You've got your whole team in.
Yeah,
But it's just hard. It's hard to go against Misha right now. Like his team has been putting up some good points. I think Andrew Luck's gonna still throw it around pretty nicely.
yeah.
It's hard to not go with Misha.
All right, fine. You go ahead and go with Misha.
You going
But you know what
yourself?
I say? I say, fuck you, Joe Boo. Do it. I do it myself.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll go me.
All right. All right. Good. We got some good matchups to review. Um, okay, so if anyone's still listening, we asked you send us a text message. Who is your favorite player and who is your most hated player on your own team right now? And we will talk about that shit next week, assuming you do it. So I hope
Dude, that will
hope
be
we get a
really.
couple.
Yeah, I do hope somebody at least John lasted. John, I know will last
Is
through fucking
anybody
this.
listening to me? Like, come
Is
on.
anybody here?
Yeah.
No. I hope everybody does have a good week. We'll probably have this uploaded sometime soon,
Yep.
and have our first games Thursday. Uh, Fun weekend coming up on this weekend. Sunday is going to be fucking awesome up in San Clemente with Papa John. So again, anybody who can make it, please do. And I guess we will catch you all later.
Catch you later.